Folks, and welcome to the 6 o'clock news, the Friday edition on sbynews.com. Thank God it's Friday. It has been a long week. It's been a busy week. I'm looking forward to a nice, hopefully warm weekend. Look, let's move on to some topics here. I want to touch on something a little different than normal. Let's talk about the articles that are placed on a blog on Salisbury News. For those of you that actually think that everything I put up there I firmly believe in, I back, I support, that's just not the case. You know, the idea is to put information out there that we can all discuss and determine because it's out there somewhere. And sometimes I think articles are just totally ridiculous, and I put it out there so that we can all make comments and see how everybody feels about certain situations. So for those of you that are coming there and commenting and making kind of statements implying that this is what I believe, that's just not the case. If you'd like to ask me, that's one thing. But to say this is ridiculous, why do you have this up here, blah, blah, blah. Look, a prime example is the post that I put up about Obama lip syncing today. Now, come on. It was hilarious. It was very well done. Someone took the time to put this whole thing together, and I thought it was very entertaining. It's a shame that you didn't. And let me say this too. While I have your attention, I did the same thing about Bush. You know, this isn't a Democrat-Republican thing. I think you all know me well enough to know I think Bush was a complete idiot. No question about it. You know, but once he was president, he was president. Once Obama's president, he's president. I have put very negative stuff up about Bush. I've put negative stuff up about Obama. Heck, since Reagan's been in office, I don't think we've had a president. You know, I mean, Congress has been running this country, not a president, and there's certainly no leadership. That being said, let's move on to another thing. Let's talk about the radio show today and the impact fees and my opinion as to what I think is going to happen around here. Salisbury has driven itself out of the market, and the mere fact that Terry Cohen, Councilwoman Terry Cohen on the Salisbury City Council, thinks we should raise impact fees. You know, you had Mike Dunn and Gary Comegys and Lynn Cathcart and Shaney Shields and Louise Smith all talking about growth is going to pay for growth. Look, this is not Rockville, Maryland. It's not Potomac. It's not White Marsh. It's not, I mean, come on, folks. Get over yourselves. This is the Eastern Shore. You do not have, other than the beach in Ocean City, which they have their own outlets and so forth out there, which are a joke, because I don't think you get any real discounts there. Anybody who believes that's a fool. But the bottom line is, you can't keep charging these impact fees. You're not going to attract developers. My opinion is, it's going to move to Delmar, Delaware, and or somewhere in Sussex County. All your shopping is going to eventually be there. Some are coming on the blog today saying, why isn't it there now? Well, why aren't there people living on the moon? I mean, in time, things will change. You know, if there's any area for future growth that's promising, it's a no-tax Delaware, no sales tax. It's a low-tax property tax area. If you built a Lowe's or Home Depot, or if Ace Hardware was smart enough to build a mega store just over the line in Delmar, you'd put Lowe's and Home Depot out of business. Are you listening? You'd put them out of business. If people can't drive 5 miles from Home Depot into Delmar, Delaware to save all that money on taxes, they're stupid. However, I believe it would work. I believe it would happen. I believe that's where the future is going, and including residential. I mean, as you guys know, I'm on 7.5 acres on my home, 3,500 square foot home, 3,000 square foot barn, beautiful newer place, you know, less than 10 years, 7 years old. Bottom line is, I pay $1,200 a year. Put that in the city of Salisbury. Put that in Wycomico County. Heck, my building downtown cost me $7,000 a year. And someone asked, why did I buy it? You know why I bought it. I bought it because I wanted to practice what I preach. If I was going to talk about Salisbury, I was going to be considered a taxpayer in Salisbury. I put my money where my mouth is. I went and invested several $100,000s into a property out there. I fulfilled my commitment. Now granted, if anybody's interested in buying that building, it is for sale. It is absolutely for sale. Anything I own is for sale. I'm going to wrap it up, folks. Delmar, that's the place to move and live. It's the place to move your business. Delaware is business friendly. Maryland is not. You don't like it? Don't come back to Salisbury News. Have a great weekend, folks. We're going to see you on Monday. Take care now.